That. How how's the other podcast? Shit.
It was great.
Okay, it's 11:55 right now. Yo, niggas
No,
are flaming. You said what?
what happened?
I said niggas are flaming Quavo right now for that whack ass diss track.
Why is that a shock? When could Migos ever rhyme?
They was like, you got bodied by a singing nigga.
He got bodied by a dancer.
He had to use takeoff just for ad libs and shit.
That shit is funny.
I'm looking at my I'm looking at myself like, God damn, everyone's just dissing everybody this year and shit. I'm
Right?
surprised Holland Notes didn't come out with no diss track for the way they've been beefing.
Right?
Mm-mm-mm. Alrighty. Do you mind if I stroke you? Talk about one of my favorite R&B groups of the '90s or duos. What is up with these R&B duos that'll be lasting 2, 3 albums and shit?
Right.
John A, Changing
They had
Faces.
issues. They had problems. They didn't get along. That's what it was. It was jealousy and money, like every other group. You know.
Interesting. What else is going on? You saw those pics for book 2?
Yeah. Oh boy.
That's the show I can't wait for.
Right. What's
Yeah,
coming up?
this BMF is so boring this season.
Ending soon.
Yeah, 50 knows what he's doing.
Yep.
All right, let me get my notes together. I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing? This your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy I'm trying to building with me. What's up, Try? How you doing?
Chilling.
Yes, yes. Representing the Knicks as usual. I like it. Alright, so this is gonna be a double review. And it's going to be of Changing Faces. We're gonna talk about the first album, self-titled, that came out in 1994. And then we're also gonna talk about the second album, All Day All Night, that came out in 1997. Changing Faces consists of members Carice Rose, Sandra Lucas. You know how we do. How did you get into Changing Faces?
Their first song, "Stroke You Up," classic joint. R. Kelly, nine is that 94.
Yeah.
Huge R. Kelly fan. I was like one of the classic tour. My dude did every joint. You know, he sang opera, everything. Was a legend, regardless of what happened to him. He's a legend. He changed R&B, and with him coming out, a lot of artists right now have hit records because of that man. Changing Faces included. Aaliyah first album, definitely a classic. Sparkle, her first album.
Mm,
So many artists that he's done stuff for. Michael Jackson, Tony Braxton, and they owe him a lot. And he came out with this joint, and he was already on a roll with 12 play, and their first two hit songs on this album is just classic because of him. And they were dope. They were good looking. They could sing, and I was a fan.
definitely. Yeah, man. I definitely have to say I heard "Strokey Up" the first time and whatnot. Back I actually heard this, in an infomercial. One of those little music infomercials and shit like that. Which that's how I got into most artists that I fucking listen to this day and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I love the sound of "Stroke You Up." I just felt like it definitely had that classic R. Kelly sound to it. You know what I'm saying? So I actually heard this album, the first album, years ago for the first time and stuff like that too. So I definitely felt like they were definitely a very underrated group and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? They dropped 3 albums in like excuse me, 3 albums in a 6 year span. Yeah, yeah, you can say that. So you can't really say that about like a lot of groups and whatnot too. So you know how we do. Let's get started and talk about who they are. So Changing Faces consists of members. Excuse me. Cassandra Lucas and Cherise Rose. You know what I'm saying? They're based off Manhattan, New York. They actually met when they were actually backing vocalists for Sybil. You know what I'm saying? And they actually formed a friendship there, and that's when they formed Changing Faces. You know what I'm saying? And they started like doing music together, and they were working on some demos with producer Dinky Bingham. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much, there was somebody from Big Beat Records, which we've been talking about that record label a lot recently, and which was like a subsidiary of Atlantic Records. And that's when they were under the mentorship of course, Mr. Dalvin Devontae of Jodeci and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So under their mentorship, they were working on this album, and they came out with their first album in 1994, self-titled and everything like that too. And so this album came out on August 23rd. It consists of singles such as "Stroke You Up," "Fooling Around," and "Keep It Right There." The only guest appearances is like R. Kelly, which he pretty much just does background vocals and stuff like that. Producers include Shamise Carter, Craig Kelman, K Smooth, all of them are executive producers, Dinky Bingham, Eric Cody, Devontae Swing, Dave Hall, Heavy D, Neville Hodge, Kelly, Polk of Trackmasters fame, Darren Whittington, and Daryl Young. Um, let's see. This is the album cover right here. Pretty much just sets the whole tone of the album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, of course. Nothing to it. Just give it a thanks. All right. So this album consists of 13 tracks, and we're gonna get started with the first track called "Stroke You Up." I'm not gonna hold you. This is actually my favorite song on the album, and possibly my favorite Changing Faces song. You know why I love this song the most? Really, it's the intro, and this is exactly why you have to get the physical copy, because if you listen to this album on streaming, they cut off that beautiful ass intro in the beginning and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? So this is definitely a classic R&B track of the '90s. One of the best songs R. Kelly has done actually one of the best songs he's done. Period. And yes, there was a remix that appeared on the Low Down Dirty Shame soundtrack. Very dope movie, underrated movie, to be real with you and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So This is definitely a classic R&B record. Highly recommended. My favorite.
Classic, classic record. Nice slow beat, pianos, bass line. It's classic Kells. It was great.
Definitely. All right, track number two, "Fooling Around." Another dope track R. Kelly has done. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope. You know what I'm saying? What I liked about this track was just the chemistry of the vocals between the lead singers and everything like that, especially when it came to the chorus. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, just pretty much just saying how you wasted your time on somebody, and now it's just like you're looking at yourself like, okay, where do I go from here? So that's what I got from this track. Very dope.
Fooling around. Classic. Another classic ballad. Two classic ballads back to back by R. Kelly, and it was sung beautifully by Changing Faces, and it was great.
Definitely. All right, track number three, "Loving Your Boy." This was a nice little track right here. You know, don't really have too much to say about it. Pretty solid. Nice songwriting by the members of the group.
This was great. I love this track. It definitely has a Uptown Records sound to it.
Yeah,
Hip hop soul. You know, the nice beat and bass line. And this is dope.
definitely. All right, track number four, "One of Those Things." I love this record right here. This is like a looking back when out in the past, nostalgic kind of songs and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Ahmad's back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Which I love that record. You know what I'm saying? So kind of gives you that feeling a little bit.
Yeah, this was dope. I like it. Nice beat to it.
All right, track number five, keep it right there. Very dope track right here. This was produced by Devontae Swing of Jodeci fame, one of the best producers R&B wise. I don't give a fuck what no one say. If you listen to this track right here, you can definitely tell that he probably did this like around Diary of a Madman days and stuff like that. It definitely had there with that talk box elements, that futuristic R&B, the cheap R&B kind of feel to it. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would have done some more stuff with Devontae, to be real with you, because I felt like they had just as good a chemistry with Devontae as R. Kelly, in my personal opinion.
I mean, he was he got pistol whipped, so that kept him out of the limelight for a couple of years.
Stop it.
You know,
Stop.
he got fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Chill out, man. Chill out.
You know.
He's still one of the goals, man. I don't give a
Oh yeah,
fuck.
he still on the goats for what he did.
If that would have never happened, though, imagine
Mhm.
what he would be doing. He could have been up there like with the Jermaine Dupri's and the
Oh yeah, he did a
yeah,
lot in a short time. You know, just and introducing Timbaland and Missy to us and the Basement Crew.
exactly
Like if it wasn't for him, it would be no Missy and Timbaland. You know, he did a lot. He did a lot before he got his ass beat. You know what I mean? But this was a dope song. It had a G funk sound to it. You know, I like the beat.
right. All right, next track. "Am I Wasting My Time?" This was produced by another underrated R&B producer of the '90s, Mr. Dave Hall. You know what I'm saying? You guys should know he did like Mariah Carey's "Dream Lover." He did Stephanie Mills' "I Just Want Love." Mary J. Blige's You Remind Me." I mean, if you guys know him, you should know that he done a lot of shit for me, especially that "What's the 411" album. So his resume is pretty dope. Um, Very dope track right here. I could have also seen this as a single. You know what I'm saying? Self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? Just questioning if she's the person wasting their time with these motherfuckers and stuff like that. You know, what is she getting out of the relationship? Very, very dope. I love it.
Yeah, this was dope. Definitely like this track. You know, nice bass line, nice beat.
Definitely. Track number seven, "Feeling All This Love." This one was pretty straight. You know what I'm saying? Again, not really one of my favorites, but it was pretty straight.
I liked it. It was okay.
Definitely. Track number 8, we got Thoughts of You. This was produced by Darren Whittington. Love this record. Very melodic, very soulful, and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Just that, those kind of songs where it's like you fall in love with a guy or fall in love with a person, excuse me, and they pretty much just got you feeling some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So this one was definitely a banger.
This is dope. Definitely enjoyed this. Nice singing by the group.
Yes. All right, track number 9, Come Closer. My second favorite song of the album, to be real with you. This one is definitely a favorite. Another one of those sensual kind of songs where it's like they definitely showed their vocal ability with this one and everything like that too. I love the chorus, love the beat. Yeah, this one is definitely a classic.
Yeah, this one was dope. Slow ballad. Nice beat, pianos. You had the strings on it. Had that uptown sound again.
Right.
Yeah, this was
I
fire.
Yeah, fire ass track, man. I wish this was also a single.
Mm-hmm.
To be real, this could have been like a Quiet Storm banger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, track number 10, Baby Your Love. Speaking of Uptown, this was produced by Heavy D and Poke and stuff like that. Very, excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. Very dope track. Another dope one right here. Heavy D, the legend himself. Rest in peace to him. You know what I'm saying? Again, the girls definitely did their thing with this one.
Yeah, this was dope. Up tempo track. Heavy D like the heavy D beat on this, the piano arrangements, bass line.
Right. All right. Next track we got is Moving On. Another very good track. Just has the person, talking about how she's moving on to a new flame. You know what I'm saying? Trying to change her life for the better. Yeah, one of my favorite tracks on this album as well.
Again, had like that uptown sound to it, with the beat and bass line, the strings added. You know, it was cool.
Definitely. Next track, Good Thing. Fire, fire, fire track right here. Definitely another classic one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Vocal chemistry. What one more can I say?
It's okay ballad. I ain't really care for it like that.
Right. And the final track is All Is Not Gone. This was the last song produced by R. Kelly. This was them trying to have their Whitney Houston moment. You know what I'm saying? The ending off with the ballad, trying to have that Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey balladry and shit like that. I mean, it's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was all right. It's to be expected.
It's alright.
Yeah. Overall, this is not a bad album. This is actually a very dope album. You know what I'm saying? If you're expecting a mixture of like Quiet Storm and a little bit of like hip hop soul, you're not really gonna get this with this album. This is definitely more of the more grown up Quiet Storm kind of R&B. You might get a little mid tempo song here and there, but you're mostly gonna get it's like basically baby making music and shit like that too. I do admit towards the end it did kind of lose its fluster a little bit and shit like that too. But this is highly recommended. I'll give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I think it was good combination of uptown hip hop soul and R. Kelly's sound and nice mix. That nice mix. The track listing could have been toward the end could have been different. I don't just the two ballads. I wouldn't have ended off with those,
Right.
but they needed to release more singles too. They only released like three singles from this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the two R. Kelly joints and then the Devontae Swing joint. They should have had others singles on this. but I like it. I think and there's not that many female R&B duos that were successful during the '90s. They were like one of the one. They were like at the top,
Right.
you know. And I think it was a well produced album, and they sang good on a lot of the songs. So I'm gonna give it 4.5. I think it was good.
Yeah, very dope album. All right, so now moving on, we're going to go to the second album 3 years later. This one's called All Day All Night. This came out June 10th, 1997. Same label. Of course, I don't have this record right here, so I'm sharing this album on Wikipedia. This was known for singles Get Out, All of My Days, and Time After Time. Produced by Alan Gordon Jr., Kiyama Griffin, Jamie Jazz, Reese Johnson, R. Kelly, Juan Kilgore, Howard McCrary, Robert D. Palmer, Ronald Pitts, Darren Whitting, and Bryce Wilson. Pretty much, I think R. Kelly and Whittington, excuse me, were the only producers that was here. Only guest appearance is Jay Z, and there's another rapper and stuff like that too that up here. I'm trying to find his name, but that's to be announced. Give me a second on that one. So after the release of their first album, they actually took their time to appear on like soundtrack placements and other people's songs. Like most notably, they appeared on the Freedom single from the Panther movie soundtrack, and then they also contributed, songs for I think High School High and everything, which I never liked that movie. To be real with you, never liked that movie. They appeared on the soundtrack of the Low Down Dirty Shame, which I just mentioned, Space Jam, and White Man's Burden. Um, yeah, White Man's Burden. That had what's his name? Harry Belafonte, John Travolta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So 96, 97. That's when they were working on this album right here. Album cover definitely. I definitely like the album cover. You know what I'm saying? You can tell they were definitely wanting to broaden out the image a little bit with this one, trying to get them out their shell a bit more, which we'll definitely talk about that. And this album has about 15 tracks. Yeah, 15 tracks. And let's get started. First track is like the intro. Nice little intro and stuff like that too. It's just them pretty much like getting ready for a concert and they're just praying and everything like that too. Nothing to
Yeah, just they backstage, they getting ready for the show, and I thought the intro was dumb.
it.
Like do a better intro than that.
Shit. Leads us into next song, which is Get Out. Another R. Kelly produced track. This is another one of their signature songs, if you ask me. Very, very, very dope right here. You know what I'm saying? This definitely I consider this song to be among like one of Kel's most suspenseful songs that he's written, like When a Woman's Fed Up, Half on a Baby, stuff like that too. The storytelling on this track, I love it. Say what you want to say about R. Kelly, you know what I'm saying, but the dude is a motherfucking genius and everything like that too. He definitely influenced a lot of motherfuckers on the game and whatnot. So I still bump R. Kelly to this day and appreciate the genius of him. So this is definitely a fire track.
Classic ballad. He has classic ballads, and he gave other people classic ballads, and I love the pianos on this and the bass line, and they killed it. This was everywhere when this came out. This was the joint. This was like number one on the charts. It was radio was playing it. The video was being shown everywhere. This is classic R&B track.
Yeah, definitely a classic R&B track. Next track we got is My Lovely. This is a pretty standard ballad, traditional Changing Faces ballad and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Not mad about it.
This is dope. I like the beat for this. Had a nice guitar strings being played on it, and nice album cut.
Shit, definitely. All right, next track is "Thinking About You." Very melodic track right here. This definitely could have been something that could have been easily on the first album. So love it.
Again, another up tempo track. Nice beat, nice bass line.
Sir. All right, next track. I apologize. This is something you don't really see in a lot of R&B with by women. A woman actually apologizing to a guy.
Right?
You don't actually see
Wow, what a concept.
right.
It's always our fault for that, and they don't never do nothing.
Exactly. But all jokes aside, this is a very lovely song right here too. Definitely love the vocal arrangements of this track right here. So very, very, very dope. Love it.
You need, they needed R. Kelly on this. Like, ask her why she apologized. What she apologizing for? Because you gonna turn around and do the same damn thing over again.
Exactly.
I like the beat for this, and then the strings on this, the bass line is dope.
Yes. All right. Next track, track number 6, Time After Time. This is actually a cover song from the great Cyndi Lauper. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from her first album and everything like that, which first album is called She's So Unusual.
Yes,
Classic
we gotta
pop.
review that. Reg, come on now.
We got to.
We
I
want
thought
to
you were doing
review
it on
shit
your
like
channel.
UMC's albums. We should be reviewing Cyndi Lauper.
You said you're gonna do it on your channel.
I did say that, but man, when is the anniversary for that album? Or did it pass already?
Let me check. Hold on.
This rendition was terrible. They cannot do what Cyndi Lauper did for this for a song.
October 14th.
Yeah, October. Okay.
We can still do it. We can still do it
Yes,
sooner. I'll let you know.
definitely, definitely. Cyndi Lauper's own was a classic. I didn't like this rendition that they did.
I didn't like it that much either.
They don't have the vocal range like Cindy.
To be honest with you, there's been
Uh,
so many covers of this song,
uh
and none of them really impressed me like that. To be real with you.
yeah. You gotta be a special vocalist to pull that
R-
off.
Right. Like, and I'm not even the biggest Cyndi Lauper fan though, but come on, that track right there.
Yeah, she poured
Time
out
after
her heart. She was
time.
in pain. You could hear her pain in that song.
Right. You're loving
I
me.
will be waiting
Come on.
time after time.
Like, come on, man.
Ding, ding, ding,
84,
ding.
84 was such
Ding,
dope.
ding, 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 ding. Classic.
And the beat,
You don't know about that. Y'all wasn't even born yet when that shit came out.
the beat too, had that very smooth, melodic 80s pop sound I kind of love and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we gotta, yeah, we're gonna talk about that next week.
yeah.
Fuck,
Because Changing Faces did not do it justice.
right. I
You
was
should have sued them for that shit. How
not
dare
like
you?
this.
How dare you? You fuck up my song.
Changing faces,
No.
change the song.
They should have changed their faces after that terrible rendition.
Chill out.
Like face off. Let's switch faces.
Time after time. All right, next track we got is "All of My Days." Yeah, that's the next track featuring Jay-Z. My favorite song on the album, to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? This one, believe it or not, this is actually the first collaboration R. Kelly and Jay-Z did.
Oh wow.
Believe it or not. Yeah. A lot of people think it's the Revise song from the R album. No,
Yeah.
it's actually a song right here.
Interesting.
And this is like Reasonable Doubt, In My Lifetime, Jay-Z, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope line. I love the line where Jay says, "Probably was wilder than Bobby. Are you the Whitney to get me, hold me down, and make me slow down the V Twizzy? Keep the ice out the club lights, shake faces, get I love wifey on the license plate." Come on, man. That's definitely Reasonable Doubt Jay Z right there. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely reasonable. But yeah, very, very, very dope track. You know what I'm saying? That's actually one of my favorite R. Kelly beats
Yeah.
of all time, to be real. So Just let y'all know, this is actually the first track. And to be real with you, the Revive song, that was actually an unused Jay Z verse that they used for that track.
Oh wow,
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So
interesting.
yeah,
I like it. I just thought it was lazy by R. Kelly to use the same beat from your own album for this. You know,
yeah,
this is the hump bounce beat from the self-titled joint.
yeah. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, R. Kelly got a ton of beats. Why not use a new beat for this track? Why are you using the same beat that we already heard? You know what I mean? Like the year before we heard it. You know what I'm saying? Year or 2 years before. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I get what you're saying. I mean, he's not the only producer that done that shit. Let's
Right?
be real.
But for R. Kelly standards, that's laziness on his part.
Right.
But he was too busy chasing girls to
You
do a
know
song.
what?
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, I love just like Jay, Reasonable Doubt Era Jay and R&B. People forget Jay did a lot of R&B collabs at this time.
Yes. Ooh,
Table Faces, Horace Brown.
yo,
Huh?
I'm gonna text you the next hour we're gonna do next week. I'm gonna text you. Hold on.
Okay. He did a lot of Shy. He did a lot of R&B collabs, and he was great with the R&B collabs. But it's like we already heard this beat on R. Kelly's album in '95. So why are you giving us the same beat like 2 years later for Change Your Faces album? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't understand that, but it was a good collab.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a good collab. I see what you're saying though, but
Yeah,
I guess because I love the self-titled album so much
right,
and shit like that, I just let it slide. You know what
right.
I'm saying? Um, it kind of reminds me like when Master Ace and MF Doom did that Son of Yvonne album.
Uh-huh.
Doom used like a lot of past beats, and a lot of niggas didn't really like that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, like
interesting.
you don't do that to Master Ace. He's a legend. You made new shit with fucking everybody else. You gonna give Master Ace the same damn beats? He gave shit for fucking Bishop Naru. What Bishop Naru didn't do no justice with those beats. But you gonna give Master Ace a legend some shit that we already heard.
I just texted you.
Oh yes, we gotta talk about that album.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely working on this list for next week, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
You got me on some shit. You over here doing fucking UMC.
Yeah, please, God. I wouldn't buy those albums if it was free. Shit was terrible.
I'm not gonna hold you. I was bumping that blue cheese song. That blue cheese song is fire. I ain't gonna
That's
hold
the
you.
that's the song everybody know from them because they ain't got shit else.
That first album, if I did see the stores for a reasonable price, I may get it.
Oh
I
my God.
may.
Oh
But the
Lord.
second album, nah. Keep that.
Oh Lord.
I saw your text. He said, "Let's just review this shit. This shit's trash." I died like he was
Terrible.
like, "Let's just review this shit. This shit's trash."
Then they tried to be a bootleg version of Das Effects on the second album.
Then they try to beef with KRS One. That's the
Right?
gag.
What's wrong with these niggas like that? Niggas thought that it was open season on Keras One. UMC's PM Dawn. Like stop.
X Clan.
X Clan. Like y'all killing your careers going at Blastmaster.
Ooh, that's another group. That's another group I might talk about too at one point.
X Clan.
Yeah,
I wasn't big on them. I got one Professor X album.
I wasn't big on them either, but it's like one album I do love. To be real
Yeah.
with you, the second album I love that one, but I heard the first one years ago. I liked it, but the samples were too formulaic. If that makes sense.
Like
Anyway, let's get back to this album. Next track is "All Day, All Night." Title track. I felt it was kind of weird having two back-to-back songs called "All," the starting "All," but you know what? That's just the '90s for you. Um, this one was okay. I didn't really care for this one too much. You know what I'm saying?
had a nice slow beat to it. It was alright.
Yeah. Next song, "Get Out" Part Two. I don't know if it's just me. I know this was produced by R. Kelly, but the intro definitely reminds me of "Half on a Baby" from the R album. Like that. Ooh na 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 na, baby, your body, na na na. That you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's R. Kelly all over it.
Right. Like,
You know what I'm saying? This is really R. Kelly's song, but he gave it to the girls to sing. Like I'm too busy with these young girls over here, so y'all can sing it.
chill out.
Uh,
Too busy annulling Aaliyah's marriage and shit.
right, exactly. I'm too busy paying off our parents to lie.
Oh god, but
Yeah.
as far as I don't be real with you. Do I like this song? Yes. Do I feel like Get Out deserves a part two? I
No,
won't be real with you. No,
no.
no.
This
Like,
is really the remix. This is the remix
yeah,
for part one. It didn't need
yeah.
no damn part two to this. Like R. Kelly and his stories, boy. I'm tired. This is how Trapped in the Closet started.
Like he was just getting y'all. I feel like he was just getting y'all ready with Trapped in Closet with certain
Yeah.
songs throughout his career.
You're like, hey, let me give you all some stories on wax. I
Ooh,
got one for Kelly Price and Ron Isley and Changing Faces. And,
yo, we have to talk about Sparkle's album too. We
yeah,
gotta talk
I
about
actually
that.
got that album too.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I haven't played it in years though. So, but
Oh,
yeah, that's what he was doing. Like all the videos went with his songs and shit. He had a story with all his shit. That's why I'm not surprised he's in trouble now.
stop it.
He was preparing us for this shit. You know,
Oh my god, try you are funny, man.
it's a good song. It's a remix, man. They don't need to call it no sequel. They don't need no sequel. This is like the remix. Just call it what it is. This is the remix for the first one.
Definitely. Oh my god. Oh, what does Ant call him? PP man.
PP man. Yeah. I just found out that this sex tape that came out in '01 was really from the '90s. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it was.
I thought it was like new shit he had recorded.
Nah,
And he just got caught.
he
So
nah,
he's
they
been
say he
doing
just
this
kept
since the
that shit.
'90s. That's crazy.
All right. Next track is called "My Heart Can't Take Much More." Um,
I did not know
this
that.
is another one that
I'm thinking like from in 2001 when I see this shit, it's like brand new. I didn't know it was like back in the '90s he was doing this shit.
he has a whole collection of him beating on girls and shit.
That's crazy. Yeah. So what makes people think that Diddy don't have a collection? That they basically the same damn person.
And I think R. Kelly said that he feels like Diddy is innocent.
He's innocent. This is a man saying another man is innocent. Meanwhile, he's in jail for basically the same damn thing.
I'm just like, Kels, yo, Kel, you should just stop.
That motherfuckers got to stop recording everything.
He's right. He said he has cameras all over his motherfucking house. Of course, that nigga.
Yeah. Stop recording
Shit.
every damn thing.
They had a video where he
And
was
this is
pissed
before
off.
cell phones, so he had a camcorder doing this shit. Stop
Weed.
recording everything, yo. It's not needed. Well, if you're gonna record this shit, hide it somewhere where nobody can find it.
But yeah, my heart can't take much more. That's how much I feel when I hear a Diddy allegation. But this is actually another one of my favorite tracks on this album. Love the beat. Probably my favorite beat on this album. Next to another one, which we'll talk about that one. But yeah, Changing Faces did their thing. And if you guys are wondering why I'm not really saying, oh, this vocalist is better than the other, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like both these girls are equally similar and they're equally equivalent with each other vocally. So that's why I'm gonna be real with you on that.
It was alright.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Next song. Give me 1 second. Next song we got is I Got Somebody Else. Yo, I fucking love this record right here. You know what I'm saying? Another one of my favorite tracks. If you guys recognize, that's that classic Average White Band sample. You know what I'm saying? One of the best breaks. I've heard that sample so many times,
Yeah.
especially like in '80s hip hop. You know that doo doo
Yeah.
doo doo. I've heard that shit so many. You know what I'm saying? That's another group we have to talk about on this channel.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I need to get the Soul Searching album. That's the album I need to get from them.
right.
But yeah, this one, I think this one was also a single. Yeah, I think this was a single as
Yeah,
well too. I think, but oh yeah, High School High. Yeah, High School
of
High.
course.
Which I hate that fucking
That movie
stupid
was
ass
trash.
movie.
Soundtrack is dope. Movie garbage.
Stupid. Yeah, yo, if we ever do a trash movie, we have to talk about the soundtrack and shit on that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
this was dope.
this
Yeah,
yeah, dope track.
yeah. This was fire. I like the beat for this and the average white band sample. This was dope.
hmm Track number 12, Going Nowhere. And thank you so much for Christian. He said this was actually Tracy Lee on the vocal, on the rapping part and stuff like that. We talked about his album from '97 a couple months ago, which that was
Yes.
okay. It wasn't really one of my favorite. He was just best known for that song he did with Biggie. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? That's a hip hop classic. I don't give a fuck what no one say.
Yeah.
Um, this is a dope track right here. You know what this song reminds me of?
Uh,
It reminds me of the track that Ill Out Scratch did with Yo Yo from their
mm,
second album. I think it's called Keep on Coming, some shit like that. Which I
wow.
need to get my hands on that Ill Out Scratch. That's a very underrated album from Ill Out Scratch.
I don't think I
You know
heard
what
the
I'm
second
saying?
one.
Oh my god, dude.
First one was great though. I like the first one.
The first one, yeah, the first one, nothing's topping the first one, but the second one is just as good.
Good. Well,
It it definitely had that '97 sound, but it wasn't jiggy.
right.
Like I said, it's nice and smooth sound, but better. That's if
Right.
you hear it nice and smooth his last album,
Uh,
it's pretty much that. Imagine that sound, but much better.
right. Oh Lord. Hey, last time was trash.
That last album was horrible.
Yeah.
What? Wait. It
Did
has
you
some
like it?
joints. Some joints I liked. Some
I
joints,
didn't
but
like that album at all.
I'm not the biggest, nicest smooth feeling like that anyway. So,
Right. Their early albums were better.
uh,
I love Jeweler and Now and ain't nothing was it ain't a damn thing changed?
yeah,
Those two.
yeah. Juliet the Now was the best album.
Yeah.
Darn. The first album, it was good, but it was some
Yeah.
cheesy tracks.
Yeah.
Ain't a Damn Thing Changed was slightly better too. To be real with you.
Yeah. That's some joints.
Yeah. One day I'll definitely do some in-depth reviews on them one day, but I'm not really in a rush. Um, track number 13, No Stopping This Groove.
Yeah.
I didn't care for this track, to be real with you. I
Right.
don't really care for this track.
You know, going nowhere had the Isaac K sample.
Excuse me?
Going nowhere for that they sampled Isaac K's hyperbolics joint.
Yeah, everyone sampled that track right there. To be
It was
real with
just
you.
it was just like in a different like speed or whatever.
I'm gonna be real with you. I love Isaac Hayes, but
Yeah.
niggas sample the same fucking tracks. Walk on by, Hyper, Go Elastic, Ike's Move. Like, I wish someone would just do more sample from, especially from the Polydor era
Right.
and stuff like that too. Like, he had this one joint called Lifetime Thing, which I'm not trying to give niggas the ideas to sample that shit, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying though, because when niggas use Isaac Hayes, they just use the same loops over and over and over.
Right.
And I love Isaac Hayes, but let me not sample snitch, because you know how these motherfuckers be.
Yeah. This was cool. I had a nice beat to it.
Yeah. Next track. All That. Another song starting with all. Like, what is this? What the fuck? Surprisingly, this one was not produced by R. Kelly
Wow.
and shit like that too. So if you guys recognize that sample, that's the same sample Karis one used for Step Into This World, which I fucking hate that song. I never liked that song. If I'm at a hip hop concert and a DJ's doing that as this prepping us to get ready, it might be an exception, because I remember I was at the Hip Hop 50 concert with that LL Cool J,
Right.
and I know a DJ, he played this record and stuff like that too. I was like, okay. As long as it's transition well, but I never like, that's probably my least favorite KRS One song, to be real with you. But
Wow.
all that song, this one was okay. It was alright.
Yeah, this was dope. Had a nice beat for it. Nice bass line.
Yeah. And the last track is Baby Tonight. This one to me, I felt like it was Stroke You Up Part Two in a weird way. It
Mm,
definitely had that Stroke You Up it definitely had that Stroke You Up feel to it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I actually like it. I wish it was a bit placed higher up on this album though, but still.
right. Yeah, it was alright. I don't know. I don't like both of these albums. I don't like the last songs on the albums. The ending of,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Should have been another song that ended, but not this one.
I definitely agree with you. But overall, you know, I thought long and hard if I like this album a bit more than the first album, or if I feel like it's just about the same, to be real with you. And this might be one of those reviews I have to leave it up in the air. I feel like I have to go both ways with this one because I feel like, as far as subject matter goes, it's still on the same vein as the first album, but you can tell they were definitely like doing that more. How can I put this? Like more braggadocio kind of songs, and they just had more of like a party atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Production is as 1997 as the first album is 1994, if that makes sense. And
Okay.
I don't mean that as a bad way because you know what I'm saying. If you listen, like I said, if you listen to an album like Joe's "All That I Am" and
Yes.
stuff like that, classic album. You can tell it's 1997, but the thing about that album was it has a timeless grown up R&B feel to it. This album definitely has that grown up R&B feel to it, but at the same time too, you know, with like certain 90s authentic, especially provided by producers like R. Kelly, you can definitely say that how it dates itself. And everything in art dates itself. So I hate when people use that word, oh, this New Jack Swing is dated. Oh, such and such is dated. Everything is going to get dated once we believe it or not. No, even the things that we believe us ahead of its time, there might be shit that dates itself. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I do feel like just like the last album, the last couple of tracks, I didn't really care too much for. You know what I'm saying? Even though I did like the Baby Tonight song, I did like that one, but I felt like that could have been placed a bit higher up on the album. So I'm gonna give this one a 4.2 out of 5 and stuff like that because I feel like this album is a bit better than the first album, but at the same time, it's still in the same vein of the first album. It's one of those up in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how I feel about both of them. I think they both were equally the same. Uh, yeah, some dope tracks on here. All of my days, and I got somebody else. Get OUT. I'm gonna give it 4 mics. It was good.
definitely. And yeah, I know that they did the third album, "Visit Me," which I've never heard that record. I know Try,
Uh,
you said you like that one.
nah, I never heard.
Oh, you said you never. I thought you did.
Nah,
Like,
I never
oh,
heard it. I never saw no promotion for it or anything. I never saw no video, heard anything. Nope.
we might check that album out. I think next week might be a very varied week. We might have some pop and R&B, but I still want to do a little hip hop too. You know what I'm saying? So this might be an interesting. This might be interesting because the third album, I don't know. I'm looking at the album cover right now. I'm just like,
The album cover look cheesy.
yeah,
It's
some
2000, so
some fake ass Destiny's Child.
yeah.
Like,
They ain't dropped shit since that album. That was 2000.
yeah, because they went through some lawsuit issues
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and they have like a new member.
Oh,
You know what I'm
word.
saying? So you know how that goes. You know how that.
Wow.
But yeah, I might put that on the list. That might be potentially for tomorrow. But yeah, I know that's one thing. Like a '90s R&B, man. No matter how much people want to say certain R&B is good, that was just some of them were just iconic as hell.
Yeah. Yep.
What time is it? 12:45. I must stay on for another 5 7 minutes.
And like I said, like they wasn't. I mean, by default, they're really like the best R&B girl trio. I mean, duo. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a lot that was good.
Right,
A lot of most of the groups had was either a trio like TLC or 702, or they had like 4 or 5 girl members. There wasn't too many like R&B female duos that were great. You know, so those for those first 2 albums, they were good. They did their thing.
right, definitely. Yeah, that R. Kelly boy, that
Oh
classic
man,
R. Kelly.
he was a monster, literally.
This ain't Texas. Let me ask you a question.
I mean, I'm looking at the list now. They're the only ones on the list that's a duo. Everybody else is like a 3 member groups. SWV, 702, Black, Jade, Total, Brownstone. They're the only. Change the Face is the only one on here that's a duo.
Right.
That's crazy.
Changing Faces or John A?
Oh, Jeanne. But see, Jeanne, I'm gonna say Jeanne have similar fate like Change the Faces because their first album was great. Second album, not so much.
I actually like the second album.
The second album has some joints, but it wasn't where the first album was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then they broke up. So it was like at least the Chain of Faces did 3 albums together. John they broke up after the second one.
Right.
You know, they're not even on this list that I'm looking at. They don't even include Johnny on here. Mm, it's crazy.
Yes, sir. Did you ever see that Freaknik documentary yet?
That's on my list to watch. I gotta watch that. It's on my watch list.
Appreciate it, Christian.
You want to? We already reviewed the first Illinois Scratch album.
I don't think I talked about that one.
No, I thought we did that years ago.
I gotta double check.
The second one we didn't talk about. Cause you said you was waiting to get the album.
Yeah,
You never got the first one.
I did, but when I had my first car and everything, it got dismantled. I had left lost
Oh
CDs
yeah, that's
there.
right. But I think we did that before that's that thing with the car happened though.
Yeah, I gotta double check. Tuesday, I love the Freaking Nick documentary. It was very good.
Yeah, because I'm gonna take your word for it, right?
You funny, man. All right, well, I'm going to end this off right here because I got to get ready for work in the morning. Might watch a Tubi movie tonight. I have no idea. But so I think tomorrow we're gonna do Mama's Family on Mike's channel. I'm waiting for Mike to confirm the time with me. And shit, I think he's getting off work or whatnot too. Shout out to Mike.
What we doing again on my channel?
Mama's Family.
Oh yeah, Mama's Family. Okay.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah, man. Then I think Thursday at midnight we're gonna do the DOC with No One Can Do It Better.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? One, and here comes the two and three and four. You know, fucking can't wait to talk about that. I can't wait to talk about this week. To be real with you. But yeah, anything you want to say before we head out?
Nope.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all get both these Changing Faces albums. Both of them are at a press, so you can find them. Must have in your collection. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.
Peace.